Wakif has hand-picked this lineup. I'm very happy to bring our first guest to the stage. He is from Cornwall. You guys are going to love him. Please warmly welcome Dan Arlaire!
All the way from Cornwall, big night out for me. Not just because my buddy Wakif humbled me by putting me on stage to open for him, but my biggest fan in comedy is my wife, right? My biggest supporter, and every time she's with me at a show, she whispers the same 3 words in my ear: kick some ass. Very sweet. And when she's not with me, she sends me a text message so that it's consistent all the time, okay? I got my text before the show tonight, folks, and it read, "Lick some ass." Unfortunate autocorrect, or did I just get a hall pass? I ain't fucking texting her back, that's for sure. We're gonna see how this night shakes out, Ottawa. Let's fucking party, alright? Any ladies out there with daddy issues? Dan's your man, alright? Dan is your man. Now, I have another gig. I do comedy, and I do morning radio in Cornwall as well. And when I tell people I do morning radio, they always come around to the same thing. They're like, "Oh man, morning radio, eh? Like, how do you do that?" I'm like, "What's that? Get up at 4 o'clock in the morning?" You're like, "No." "Oh, you're shy, right? You just don't know how many people are listening, so you just wouldn't want to." "No, that's not it." What the fuck, man? How do you do live radio without swearing on the air all the time? If that's fair. You know how I do it? I'm a fucking professional. That's how I can do it without swearing all the time. There aren't a lot of jobs in the world that condone or endorse swearing at work, right? But it would kick up the morning commute tomorrow, wouldn't it, right? Like you're half asleep at 6:05 a.m., you just pull it in with one eye open at Timmy's. "Welcome to Tim Hortons. Can I take your fucking order?" Medium dark roast with 2 cream? "Sir, would you like some goddamn Timbits with that?" "No? It's camp day today, sir, and for an extra $2, you can help send one of those little fuckers to camp." "Ah, well, you should have mentioned those little fuckers. Put me down for $10. They all need a little holiday." Now, the other thing, too, right, we're all, look at us gathered here tonight, right? We have survived the pandemic, and, you know, most of us probably just choose to be like, "Fuck them, now I'm just living my life," right? We're living our life, make some noise. You're just fucking living your life, yeah. Fucking right. But there were some moments where we were a little bit nervous, right? I couldn't have been the only one at one point that thought he might die. So, you know, we all had anxiety, we all have mental health issues in our own way, and we all had to deal. So, you know, some people dealt with their mental health by going to the LCBO and spending more money than they did at the grocery store, right? Guilty, fuck, I did it, right? Kids come up for lunch, like, "What's for lunch, Dad?" I'm like, "I don't know, I got a fridge full of 50, fuck, figure your shit out, kids." It's essential, apparently, so I needed to go and buy it. But I really found, when things were getting heavy, I found a really old world way of calming myself, and that is through aromatherapy. Not essential oils. I'm not a fucking witch doctor. I don't know the formula for calm. Burning candles. I was like, any candle burners here tonight for therapeutic reasons? Yeah? Yeah, so, did you just yell, "My wife"? Yeah, so, see what happens when I say that, and I know there's at least one guy there that clapped, but most guys are like, "Fucking pussy, you know, fuck you. My wife does it, but fuck, she's a chick, man, you know, fuck." I'll tell you what, there are 2 men here tonight, me and that fucking guy right there, okay? And I'll tell you why. Because we are man enough to own up to burning candles. Bro, what's your name, bro?
Steve.
Steve, me and fucking Dan and Steve, 2 fucking men, alright? Maybe he can get a hall pass later, we can fucking party, ladies, okay? So Dan and Steve, I don't give a shit, right? Like, I'll burn a fucking lavender candle. You want to spark up cotton candy? Sign me up. I'm fucking therapy. But Yankee Candle, somewhere along the line, decided, "Hey, you know what? We should make candles for men." Like that fucking guy over there who said, "My wife," you know, just for him. So they came out with these man-scented candles. I don't know if you've heard of them. Fuck, they came out with one that smelled like a 2x4. Like, Steve and I don't need to smell wood while we're fucking rubbing one out on our own, you know what I'm saying? We're fucking sparking up our own wood there, so why do you think guys like candles by themselves? It's all part of the therapy, folks. They came out with another one called Bacon. I'm okay with that. And my personal favorite, though, was Mantown. Little hesitant laughter, quiet room, everyone's thinking, what the fuck does that even smell like? I have a theory, I'll share it with you. Mantown, to me, probably smells like an August day when it's 57 degrees with the humid X, and some poor asshole doesn't think anyone's looking and he gets caught doing this maneuver. You know, maybe he's got to go for the double. If for some reason you don't know what's happening in that moment, that is a man actively detaching his testicle from the inside of his thigh because it is adhered there due to the moisture, okay? Listen to the fucking men. Unite! We come together, right? And that little shimmy allows the ball sack to separate from the thigh, and in between those two salty pieces of skin, there's a little breeze that happens in that moment. That is what Mantown smells like right now. Yes. Yes, it does. It's a little salty, a little musty. If moist had a smell, fucking Mantown for sure. And Steve, by the way, they are available at Michael's, by the way. You can buy them at Michael's. Anybody else have one of these contraptions on their wrist? A smartwatch? Make some noise if you got a smartwatch on tonight. Yeah, just a few of us rich people, eh? We have money in Cornwall. Fuck you guys. You guys are expecting me to have a sundial from Cornwall, huh? So my kids bought this for me. Do you guys hate your fucking smartwatch as much as I hate mine? This is the most honest piece of technology I've ever willingly strapped to my body. My kids bought it for me for Christmas, and I was like, why do I need a smart watch when I have a smartphone? And they were like, Dad, technology, man, keep up. It'll track your heart rate. It'll track your steps. It'll track your calories. It'll track your workouts. You know, we can sync our watches up. You'll know when I work out. I'll know when you work out. It's going to be amazing. This is going to be so much fun. And it sends you motivating messages. I was like, whatever. So they synced me up. First day, put the watch on in the morning. I don't know what your routines are in the morning. My first thing, brush the teeth. Second thing, take a shit. Okay? So I'm on the can, day one with my new contraption on. 30 seconds in. Great start to the day, Dan. Keep it up. What the fuck does this thing think I'm doing right now? I'm dropping a deuce, not doing burpees. So I thought, it's day number one, right? It's got to figure me out a little bit. No. Fucking Tuesday morning it happened. Wednesday morning it happened. Thursday morning it happened. Friday morning. I was like, oh my God. Well, Friday night rolls around, happy hour. My wife and I polish off a couple of bottles of red. And it's always a couple, dude. Happy hour, right? We retired to the boudoir and we had the sex. And look, I don't want to brag, but fuck, I was on. Okay, that night, I was on. And I did so well that night, I would classify my performance as vigorous. Okay? And remembering what happens on my wrist in the morning, I was like, oh no. And I laid there, all satisfied, waiting for the vibration, you know? It's going to be like, you're the fucking man, Dan, or nice work, Conan, or something like that. Fuck, I don't know. And I was like... Oh, you know what? I did so well, it's calculating, right? All those calories that I just burned. 20 minutes go by, nothing. So my fucking smartwatch thinks I work harder taking a morning shit than I do when I fuck my wife on a Friday night. Don't fucking clap at that. Jesus Christ. So the next morning, you know, like I kind of forget about it. I'm sitting and having a coffee in the kitchen. My son gets up. He's in the kitchen with me. And he goes, morning, Dad. I'm like, what's up, bud? He goes, I have a stupid question for you, which is kind of normal for a teenage boy, right? I'm like, what's up, bud? He goes, did you do a workout last night around 12:20 a.m.? I was like, oh, it fucking registered my performance as a workout, right? I was like, yeah! But I couldn't look at him and go, yeah, I fucked your mother, right? It was 8 a.m. So I panicked, and I just spit out, I went for a run, and he went, for 2 minutes? Again, no fucking clapping at that. Ay, ay, ay. That's a guy. Who fucking woos that guy? Because he goes 90 seconds, that's why. He's like, fuck, he's a marathon man! But the worst part of the whole thing, right, unbeknownst to me, in the other room, my wife heard the whole interaction. And I just hear from across the house, your father can't go the distance anymore, he just sprints now! So if anyone would like a free smartwatch after the show, come and see me. I'm going to get this fucking thing off my wrist. My name's Dan Allaire. Thank you very much, everybody.